the National Cancer Society Malaysia. You've reached the Cancer Information Service. How can I help you? Hello, this is the National Cancer Society Malaysia. You've reached the Cancer Information Service. How can I help you? Hello, this is the National Cancer Society Malaysia. You've reached the Cancer Information Service. How can I help you?
Hello. Hi, everyone. I'm Michelle. I'm a dietitian from National Cancer Society Malaysia. Thank you, everyone, for your time in joining this section. So, today, Tuesday, 9 p.m., is our bi weekly Bursting Cancer Nutrition Myth. Okay, last month, we had debunked the food myth on the red meat and sugar. Okay, so thank you for supporting us through each episode. Before we begin, okay, don't forget to like this live and share it with your family and friends. Okay, and have a watch party if you can. Okay, if you miss any of our previous live, okay, please remember to go and view it. It will be definitely be beneficial for you. And as usual, okay, if you have any question you want to ask, you can drop it inside the comment box, and I will address you after that. So without further delay, let's start with our topics today. And I'm going to discuss with you all about the soy. Soy, which is the second most frequent question that I've always received from my patient. So every time I ask them, okay, are there any foods that you avoid eating right now? Okay, for sure. First thing they will answer me, sugar. Okay, and then the next thing is the soy. They will always tell me, okay, sugar will feed the cancer cell. Okay, so if you still have this thought, or if you still have this mindset, okay, and if you have not watched our last episode yet, please remember to go and view it. Yeah. Okay. So let's start with our topics today, which is the soy. So soy is a plant-based protein. It is considered one of the best plant sources of the protein, as it contains high amount of the essential amino acid. So amino acid is the simplest form of the protein, which are the building blocks of the protein that the body can produce on its own and must be obtained from the diet. Okay, so it also contains the isoflavones, which is a type of the phytoestrogen, or you can get it as a plant estrogen or plant hormone. And isoflavone is a very strong antioxidant. Okay, not only that, soy also are rich in fiber, but low in iron and saturated fat, which is we consider it as a bad fat as compared to the animal protein. Okay. So, remember I mentioned about the isoflavone is a plant hormone. So, actually, for cancer, okay, we can divide it into many types. Okay, for cancer like the breast cancer and prostate cancer, these two, okay, these breast cancer and prostate cancer, are considered the hormone dependent cancer, and it relies on the hormone for growth. For example, like breast cancer, okay, the breast cancer cell, it can be stimulated by the estrogen, and while for prostate cancer it's often depend on the testosterone, which is the male hormone, for their growth. So is that mean like, okay, there is a relationship between the plant hormone and hormone dependent cancer? Any one of you want to have a guess? You can type your answer inside the chat box, okay, and then I will review the answer later on. Okay, anyone want to give it a try? You can type your answer inside the chat box. Okay, so if you couldn't related everything together, so here's are the example of the question that I have always received, okay, from my patient. So the question is, okay, I was diagnosed with the estrogen and progesterone receptor positive, meaning in short form is ER plus and PR plus breast cancer. Can I still taking the soy food? Okay, anyone want to answer? So what's your answer? Okay, I saw one answer from Cairo. Okay, you say no, meaning that, okay, so if you have this ER, PR positive breast cancer, you cannot take the soy food. Okay, Any more want to answer? Okay, if no, I will review the answer. So actually, the answer is yes. Okay, you still can take the soy product because for breast cancer patient, they can safely eat the soy foods, and then no research has found that soy intake harms the breast cancer cells. In fact, they suggested that the soy can reduce the breast cancer risk. This happens because the isoflavones can block the estrogen activity and which inhibit the growth of the breast cancer cells. Okay, next. Okay, remember just now I mentioned about the hormone cancer. We have breast cancer and prostate cancer. So now it's the question that I will receive from my prostate cancer patient. So they will say, will consuming soy increase my prostate specific antigen levels, which we always call it as a PSA level in a short form, and raise the risk of the prostate cancer? Anyone want to give it a try? Okay, I saw a answer from Raja Jabba. You say you are not sure. Okay. Any more want to answer for this question? Anyone want to give it a try? Okay, so to answer this, the answer actually is no. Actually, in fact, soy can lower the PSA levels and reduce the prostate cancer. Okay, next. Okay, so now let's have a look on what is the differences between the human estrogen and also the phytoestrogen, which is the plant hormone, the isoflavones. Okay, so for human estrogen, it is a sex hormone. Okay, it plays an important role in the female growth and reproductive development, such as to regulate our menstrual cycle, the pregnancy, the childbirth, and also the menopause. Okay, whereas for the phytoestrogen or the isoflavones, it is a plant hormone. Remember, I mentioned it in the first few slides. It's a plant hormone, and it acts as an antioxidant. It has a chemical structure that look a bit like the estrogen, meaning the human estrogen that found in a woman's body. But phytoestrogen are not the same thing as the female estrogen. So it will bind weakly, to the estrogen receptor and inhibit the breast cancer cell development. So in short, plant estrogen, it works differently in the body as compared to the human estrogen, and it do not cause any abnormal growth of the body cell. So soy, it won't cause the breast cancer cell to develop abnormally. Okay, so here's the example of the soy products. Okay, so for soy products, we have two types. Okay, one is we consider it as a non-fermented soy product. Okay, for non-fermented soy product, we have soybean, we have tofu, we have a tofu pudding, or we call it as tofu fa, and we also have soy milk, and we also have the edamame. Okay, next. Next, so the other types of the soy product is we call it as a fermented soy product. Okay, for fermented soy products, we have tempeh, and then we have miso. Miso is a soybean paste. Okay, they will meaning that they will fermented the soybean for a few days or over a year with the salt and also the koji. Koji is the fungus, and sometimes with the rice, with the seaweed or other ingredients. Okay, and then we also have this natto. So natto is a traditional Japanese food. Okay, they're made from the soybean and they have been fermented with the bacillus. So bacillus is a microorganism. And then last but not least, we also have the soy sauce as as also considered as a fermented soy product. So what is the differences between the fermented and unfermented soy products? Okay, so for fermented soy products, okay, usually it undergo a natural fermentation process by using specific microorganisms. Okay, so during the fermentation process, the microorganism, it can reduce the levels of the phytate in the soil. So what is this phytate is? Usually we call this phytate as anti-nutrients because phytate, it can interfere with the nutrient absorption. So that's why we call it as an anti-nutrient. So by reducing the anti-nutrients, meaning that by reducing the phytate, okay, it can help to increase the availability of the certain nutrients and making them more available for the absorption in the body. However, in some cases, okay, uh, fermented soy products, okay, it may have higher protein content compared to the unfermented soy as well. So this is because in certain fermentation process, okay, the microorganism will produce extra proteins and thus it will increase the overall protein content. And since it is a fermented product, it often impacts an unique flavor and aromas to the soy product. So sometimes not everyone able to accept to the taste, to the aroma of the fermented soy product. Okay, whereas for the unfermented soy product, okay, which is the tofu, soybean, tofu fa, and also the edamame soy milk that I mentioned just now, okay, it is actually prepared without undergoing any fermentation. Okay, this means that okay, the soybeans used in this product, okay, do not go through the microbial transformation that the fermentation entails. So as a result, okay, the nutrients present in the soy products are largely retained in their original form. So I have talked so much about the fermented and unfermented soy product. So some people might be thinking that okay, so now which one should I choose? Seems like the fermented soy product is more nutritious than the unfermented one. And then I should choose for the fermented soy product. So however, okay, currently there is no data to support there is no data support, okay, to favor fermented soy products over the traditional soy product or vice versa. And then the choices can depend on your dietary preference. Okay, so to enhance the versatility and also prolong the shelf life of the soy product, okay, people have started making processed soy product. However, okay, the nutritional values of the food made from the soy can vary depending on the processing methods. The more processed a soy food is, okay, the lesser its nutritional content. So as compared to other soy foods, okay, soy sauce and tauchu, okay, contain high sodium but provide minimal amount of the protein. So eating too much of the sodium in your diet can lead to high blood pressure and increase the risk of developing the cardiovascular disease. So it is advisable to choose soy food that are minimally processed while reducing the intake of the soy food that are commercially produced with the additional amounts of the high salt, sugar, or fat. Okay, so now, okay, you have if you have any soy related questions, okay, I'm going to give you 1 minute to write down your question in the comment box, and then when the time is up, okay, I will address the questions. And then we will also reserve the questions about other food items for the next video of this series. However, okay, feel free to write it down and suggest what do you want us to talk about the next. And so, okay, so now let's take a look at if we have any question on today's topic. People say, okay, I get a question from Asan. Say people say fermented product is not good when consumed too much. Does this also apply to fermented soy product as well? People say fermented product is people say fermented product is not good when consumed too much. Does this apply to fermented soy product or unfermented soy product? Okay. So to answer this question, okay, if we take fermented soy product as an example, remember that I mentioned just now. Okay, for fermented soy product, okay, usually there are many types, right? Okay, so actually you can take the fermented soy product, but for example, like the soy sauce and like the soybean paste, like the tao chu, usually they are considered as the processed soy product, and usually inside they don't have much protein. They only has a high sodium. So if you are taking it like in a high amount or large amount, it's not good for your health due to the high sodium content, which it will lead to the high blood pressure and also the cardiovascular disease. Okay, hope I answer your question. Hi, okay, I saw a question from Crystal Ying. Okay, soy does not worsen cancer. How about for prevention? Can soy-based product prevent cancer, especially for breast cancer? Thank you. Can soy-based Okay, so thank you for the question. Okay, so like I mentioned in the previous slide, actually research do show that they did found that by taking the soy product, it can help to reduce the breast cancer risk. Okay, hope I answer your question. Okay, got a question from Joy Boon. Every day drink soy milk will increase the growth of cysts or fibroid. Okay, so thank you for the question. Okay, so actually the research already shown that by drinking soy milk or soy product or taking any soy product, it will not cause any growth of the cyst of the fibroid. Yeah. Okay, thank you for the question. Okay, so I got another question from Raja Jabba. So they ask, can I use soy to replace milk totally from my diet? Okay, so I would say actually you can. It depends on your food preference. If you like the soy milk taste, okay, actually it's fine. You can take it. Yeah, it can replace milk from your diet. Okay, thank you for the question. Hope I answer your question. Okay, I got another question from Cairo Azza. So he asked about what about soy supplements? Okay, so to answer this, I would say that actually if you got enough of the protein from no matter actually is a soy product or actually like other protein like the whey protein or any types of the protein, actually you don't have to like necessarily go for the soy supplement because you actually can get the nutrients from the natural food itself. But of course it also depends on like what's the purposes that you need to take the soy supplement. Yeah, and then it will go into more further detail whether is it okay to take the soy product. But from my point of view, if you can get the protein from the natural food sources, actually you don't have to like really go for taking the supplements. Okay, hope I answer your question. Okay, so I got another question from Calvin Ng. Okay, how about the calcium content from the milk if we use soy to replace milk? Okay, so for the calcium content, for sure, milk product, okay, they have a higher calcium as compared to the soy product. But nowadays, okay, for the soy food, okay, they do have some soy drinks lah. Okay, they do have fortified with the calcium inside, so you don't have to like really worry about the calcium content, because like other than from the soy food product, we also can get the calcium from other foods that in our daily life as well. Okay, hope I can answer your question. Okay, so I got another question from Irene Yap. Okay, she asked how much soy milk I can take daily. Okay, so if according to our Malaysian food pyramid, okay, you can actually take like 2 glasses of the milk in a day. Okay, so 1 glasses means 240 ml. So in a day you can take 2 glasses of the milk in a day. Okay, so hope I answer your question. Okay, so I got another question from Crystal Ying. So many people claim that soy product causes gout. Okay, how is your advice on that for patient with underlying high uric acid? Okay, so thank you for the question. So actually, yeah, a lot of people with gout diseases, they always complain that okay, soy food will cause the high purine, and then it will cause a high uric acid. But if you want to look further into it, right? Okay, actually, soy food, they are considered as a moderate purine food, and whereas like those food that are high in purine, such as the sardine, and also the like the organ food, and the anchovies, all these are considered high purine food, and which will lead to the high uric acid. Whereas for the soy product, actually is considered the moderate one. So actually it's still fine to take it, because like for the soy product, you only take it in a moderate amount. It's not like in a very large amount. Okay, hope I answer your question. Okay, any more question? I will give you another 30 minutes to write down your question in the comment box. Sorry, 30 seconds. Yeah, I will give you 30 seconds to write down your question in the comment box. Okay, I got another question from Eileen Tong. Is it harmful if we take more than 2 glasses of the soy milk? Okay, what harmful does this means by? Okay, is it like it will increase the breast cancer risk? If like it is what you mean by, then I will say actually it is not, yeah. And actually, like I mentioned in previously, and taking soy food will not cause the breast cancer. In fact, study have shown that soy product or soy food item can help to reduce the breast cancer risk. Okay, hope I answer your question. Okay, so I got another question from Richard Heng. So he asked about, okay, how do I know if I am allergic to the soy products? Okay, so maybe like, okay, after you drinking the soy product, do you find like nausea or vomiting or diarrhea? If this is so, maybe you are kind of like allergic to the soy product. But also I will say that it's best to consult with the doctor. Yeah, if you have this issue. Okay. So any more question? If no, we can recap with our today's takeaway. So before we have a recap of today's takeaway, okay, remember to set your reminder for our next sessions. So on 19th September, okay, at 9 p.m., okay, join us to discover the truth about the consuming milk. Okay, some of you may have heard about from others that okay, drinking milk okay can cause the cancer such as the testicular cancer, but how true it is? Okay, find out the good and also the bad and everything in between about the milk in the upcoming session. So in our next live, okay, we will answer all things milk. So if you have question or is just curious, so stay tuned and follow our social media accounts for the updates about this series and our other activities. Okay. Yeah, so to recap, okay, if you are diagnosed with the ER or PR positive breast cancer, so research actually has found that soy intake do not harm the breast cancer cell, and then in fact they have found that soy intake can help to reduce the risk of the breast cancer, and also another one is research also has found that okay, consuming soy-based food has been linked to a reduced risk of the prostate cancer. So consuming soy does not raise the risk of the prostate cancer. And then the third takeaway key is for when you are grocery shopping. Okay, it is important that when you're choosing the soy product, that you can choose the ones that are minimally processed, and remember that okay, too much of anything is not always a good thing. Okay, so when it comes to consumption, moderation is the key. Okay, so keep your dietary intake balance and also practice a healthy lifestyle. Okay, so before we end, if you have any cancer related inquiries or is just seeking support as a newly diagnosed individual or survivor or caretaker or general public, please contact us through our toll-free helpline at 1-800-88 and 1000. So thank you for joining us tonight, and we hope to see you again in our next live session. And don't forget to like and share this session with your circle. And if you miss our previous episodes, okay, please rewatch them here on our Facebook page or on our YouTube. Okay, and I am Michelle from National Cancer. Thank you and good night.